Be aware that because America is a corporation, once a couple marries, their license means that the higher ups of the corporation can take everything they have, all possessions and money, including their children. That's in the fine print. If you don't teach your children, Satan will. Lists are being made. I went through the list making era in Hong Kong before China took it over. You are either being marked for extermination or for severe mind programming devices that includes torture or for freedom because you are useful to the kingdom of Lucifer, Satan, one of the three. They will do everything possible to make you give in, including watching the torture and death of your family. The box cars are all ready for your family, complete with straps and guillotines. But see, torture for one's faith is common in non-Western nations. The CIA are masters at vicious torture. They work with the USTAC, capital USTACHE, in the late 1940s in Eastern Europe. The most brutal torturers of all to exterminate Jews. Many camps are around the world for those who resist the New World Order. I've been with Africans and others who have watched their children die and their spouses just because they are believers in Messiah. So is all your running around to take your kids to sports? All your expended energy spent on entertainment to appease your children and family? Your involvement with the social aspects of your church or congregation worth it? You messianic folk, do you go crazy on Friday trying to prepare food for your Saturday social at the congregation? Forget it. Stay home and spend time in His presence and let the Spirit teach you and eat leftovers. Get out of the systems of man. You are not of this world. If you are truly born of the Spirit, do you want to go down with it? If your church or congregation is not seriously preparing people for the tribulation to come, about which Messiah said that nothing like it has been on earth before in horror, then get out of it. It is a death trap. The word puts a death sentence on pastors and teachers who are not giving the hard truth to their people, not teaching His Torah, who are not teaching set apartness. If your pastor has this death sentence over him for teaching falsehood, run. Woe to the shepherds, Jeremiah 23. The basic Greco-Roman culture of the West is anti-scripture. There are still wonderful people in it, but they are trapped in illusion and do not realize that they are not receiving truth. Only one has the right to teach truth, the Spirit of truth. Man can confirm only after he teaches, and let him bring you those who are spirit taught to do the confirming. Jeremiah 17, verses 5 through 9. Fellowship with people who are serious about their salvation, those preparing for the coming of Messiah, who are sharing the good news with the lost. Most churches are becoming haunts of demons infiltrated in Hindu spirits of Kundalini and yoga, with shallow, cheap teaching about a Greek God who can't save, and with entertainment to lure people, no teaching to prepare people to stand before Yahuwah. Don't submit your child's mind to those who do not know Him, whom to know is life eternal. Refer to the Explored People 2011. There is a remnant that know Him, and He knows them, and they act in the power of His might. With His authority backing, you have a few months now to prepare for the time period Messiah Yahushua warned us about, Matthew 24. If you have any love, stop destroying your children and yourself. Get your priorities straight. Get rid of the junk in your house and get down to just enough to live. Liquidate. Concentrate. Abba is screaming for you to get out before it's too late. There is political and economic Babylon and religious Babylon. The whore rides the beast. The whore is religious Babylon that rides the world system. My friends, she is riding it now more than ever. Is your junk that important that you stay under its control? Whatever we feel losing is our God. We'd better feel losing Yahuwah, at least prepare to die in faith and peace knowing Him. I remember the North Korean family who was being hunted down, who were hiding in the woods. They had several children. The tanks came and the soldiers. As is usual, the children died first as the parents watched. The parents simply told their children, "We'll see you in a minute." The parents' deaths were slow torture, but it was not long before they rejoined their children in paradise in heaven. Are you crying out daily, not for your own selfish purposes, but out of love? Come, Yahushua will come. Teach your children to long for His return. I've spent 12 years pleading and warning, and so few are listening. My heart is broken. I see the turning of multi-millions of so-called believers in the West towards their damnation. Is your heart broken? What are you doing about it? Messiah said this, Luke 23, verses 28 to 31. While on his way to die, daughters of Jerusalem, weep not for me, but for yourselves and for your children. For behold, the days are coming, and the which they shall say, Blessed are the barren, the wombs that never bare, and the breasts that never gave suck. Then they shall begin to say to the mountains, Fall on us, and to the hills, Fall on us. For if they do these things in a green tree, what shall be done in the dry? We are in the days of the dry tree, and where is the powerful word of the watchman on the wall, and those gatekeepers guarding the gates for his people? Is everyone waiting for the two witnesses to begin? Yet that is our calling, to be watchmen. Pray for your children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. Pray for the children of this world, for these little ones are targets of the most unimaginable evil. From conception, they are in danger. Don't sacrifice your children to Satan. Teach them to know Yahuwah and Yahushua as persons before it's too late. Don't encase truth in sugar-filled spiritual pabulum. Give them truth. Their spirits can handle a lot more than their brains, so start early. Start when they're in the womb. Get out of the church system. It is the great whore of Revelation 8, and it will be burned with fire. Don't burn with it. It is returning to its base in Shana. Please go over the factual truth and the foundation of deception. This is documented truth. Stay out of religion. Yahuwah and Yahushua are not a religion. They are persons to know. Let the Spirit of Yahuwah teach you, and let him bring the confirmation from man if he so chooses. Keep up with what is going on with Israel and Iran. It is the scriptures as well as all over the Jerusalem Post. Go over my updates on laydownlife.net, posted in October for November 2011, and refer back to Launch of the Chaos, January 2010, for foundational understanding. Remain in shalom. Fear cancels faith. Know him well enough to trust him, but also let him know you well enough so he can trust you. I realize this is a very hard warning. Shook the fear. That's a waste of time. It's time to act. Close all portals to Satan in your house and gather your family and pray together. Study his word together, not from some teacher on a computer screen, but as the Spirit leads you personally. Cut out the entertainment. You are not a child of Walt Disney. You are a child of the King of Kings. Shalom, shalom. Yedidah, December 7th, 2011, dedicated to Gary and Abby.